Welcome to Berry Life, bringing you easy and delicious vegan and vegetarian recipes every week. At the Berry Kitchen, we love Thai food, and every time my wife and I go to a Thai restaurant, we always leave a little room for dessert. Why? Because of mango sticky rice. It's a simple dessert, but yet so deliciously satisfying, and the meal just doesn't feel complete without it. So on today's episode, we're showing you how to make mango sticky rice. For that, we're going to need 1 cup of glutinous rice or sweet rice. This is a short grain rice that can be found in any Asian grocery store or in the Asian section of your local supermarket. We'll also need 1 can of coconut milk, which yields about 1.5 cups, 1 large ripe mango, which we'll refrigerate, 1/2 cup of sugar. We'll use half of it in the rice and the other half to create a glaze, a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and 2 tablespoons of water to create a slurry to thicken the glaze. If you're new to this channel, glad you could join us. Hit that subscribe button and join our community of foodies. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Also be sure to share it with your friends and family to spread the love. By doing so, you'll be helping to support this channel. And click the bell icon for future upload notifications. We upload recipes every week and you don't want to miss out. We're going to start by soaking the rice. Glutinous rice or sweet rice for this recipe needs to be soaked for at least 1 hour, and preferably overnight, which we've done. This causes the rice to take on water and plump up to about double the size. Now, using a fine mesh strainer, we'll go ahead and strain the rice and remove any excess liquid. Unlike other varieties of rice, which are cooked in water, this type of rice needs to be steamed. So in order to cook the rice, we're going to use our handy dandy bamboo steamer. We love using this for steaming vegetables and dumplings. This one has 2 levels, but we're only going to use the top level. And on the top level, we'll line it with parchment paper and then load on the rice. We measured the diameter of the bamboo steamer and then cut the parchment paper to size. It just needs to hold the rice and allow for the steam to come up so the rice can cook. If you don't have a bamboo steamer, any other steamer will do as well. To steam the rice, we'll set a large pot over high heat, and to it add enough water for the steam bath. We just want enough water to come up and touch the bottom of the bamboo steamer. Now we'll set the bamboo steamer on top and transfer the rice to the parchment paper. And using a spoon, we'll spread the rice across the parchment paper so they cook evenly. Now we'll cover the lid and allow the water to come to a boil. And once the water starts boiling, we'll lower the heat to medium and steam for about 50 to 55 minutes, or until the rice is cooked through and chewy. During this time, check on the water level and add more as needed. What do you call a coconut in outer space? A coconut! So about 55 minutes later, let's check on the rice. And it looks to be done. Now we'll go ahead and turn off the heat. And just like that, the glutinous rice is done. This rice really is something special. Each grain of rice is like a little pearl. With the rice steamed, we'll give it its characteristic stickiness of this recipe. We'll start by heating a wok over medium heat, and to it add 1 cup of coconut milk, along with 1/4 cup of sugar. Now we'll stir and combine until the sugar has dissolved into the coconut milk. Then add a pinch of salt, and mix that in. Now we can add the steamed rice. This rice will likely stick to the parchment paper, so using a spoon will gently separate it from the paper prior to adding it to the wok, and then gently add it to the wok, being careful not to splatter. Using a wooden or silicone spoon, we want to gently mix the rice with the coconut milk mixture, being careful not to crush or break any of the grains. The goal is to coat every grain of rice with this coconut mixture, and then reduce the liquid so all the grains stick to each other. That looks good. Sticky rice is done. We'll go ahead and turn off the heat and take it off the stove and allow it to cool slightly. Now we'll go ahead and prepare the coconut glaze, which we'll use to decorate the dish. In a small saucepan over low heat, we'll add half a cup of coconut milk, along with a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now we'll stir this and bring it to a simmer. Now that it's simmering, we'll go ahead and add our cornstarch slurry. This slurry is just a teaspoon of cornstarch with a couple of tablespoons of water. It'll help thicken the syrup and turn it into a glaze. There, that looks good. Now we'll go ahead and turn off the heat and take it off the stove. It may look a little thin and runny, but as it cools, it'll thicken even more. With the rice done and the glaze finished, we can slice up the mango. We like to wait until the very end to slice the mango, and we usually keep the mango in the refrigerator as long as possible so it's cool, which contrasts nicely against the warm rice. We'll cut a thick slice off each side, and then slice those into thin strips, keeping them grouped in their original position and retaining its shape, which you'll see why in a minute. That's it, the mango is ready. Now we can move on to assembling the dish. We've pressed the sticky rice into a small bowl, which acts like a mold. Now we'll invert the bowl into our serving plate and aim for a clean landing, with a little tappa-tappa action. Always risky, but worth the reward. Now using a knife or an offset spatula, we'll load up the mango, and then press it gently to fan it out before placing it on top of the rice. This operation just keeps getting riskier. Now we'll introduce the glaze and gently drip it over the mango. This may seem like a lot of glaze, but remember that coconut in the glaze counts as your second serving of fruit for the day. And finally, some sesame seeds for garnish and a little crunch. While not necessary, they're an easy way to add another textural dimension to the dish. You can also add black sesame seeds, or we've even seen fried split mung beans. They're super crunchy. Now we dig in. Taste aside, this just looks amazing. The presentation is simple yet elegant, a reward for yourself or your loved ones. There you have it, mango sticky rice. A taste of Thailand in the comfort of your own home. Just love the freshness of the mangoes cutting through the richness of that sweet sticky rice. You have got to make this. You'll be glad you did. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe and share it with your friends and family. It helps to support this channel and we thank you for it. Also remember to turn on the bell icon for future upload notifications. We upload recipes every week, so you don't want to miss out. And if you try this recipe, tag us on Instagram at BerryBerryLife. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and enjoy!